This video will show you how to perform chi-square tests for independence using SPSS when data is organized in a contingency table. This is a 2x2 contingency table for 2 levels of treatments and 2 levels of outcome. To create the data for this particular situation, I can first create 4 different cases. The first case is treatment is placebo and outcome is yes, have disease, and then second is placebo, no, and then second is aspirin, yes, and then third one is aspirin, yes, and fourth one is aspirin, no. So I create all the 4 possible different cases, and right next to each of those, I put in the frequency for each of those joint events. Then I can use weight cases option in SPSS to get this data ready for analysis. To do so, I click Data, Weight Cases, and then check on weight cases by select this frequency variable. That's all the joint frequency, and then check that in as a frequency variable and click OK. So once you've done this, SPSS will consider that you have all these 300 cases in the data. There are 30 cases of this joint event and then 114 cases of this joint event and so forth. So now I can run the analysis. To do the chi-square test for independence, I click Analyze, Descriptive, and Crosstab. And I will put the treatment as a row variable and disease as a column variable. And I click Statistic and click chi-square. It'll perform the chi-square test. If you wish to report the odds ratio or relative risk, and you check on this box, you click Continue. And for the cell, if you click on cell, you can ask SPSS to calculate expected cell count. It will automatically report the observed count. And you can ask for row percentage and column percentage. And then if you click OK, the SPSS will give you the first summary statistic and generate a contingency table for you, and then report to you the chi-square test. So the Pearson chi-square statistic is 11.616. with a p-value of less than 0.001. Okay, so that p-value is less than the usual cutoff that we use, 5%, 0.05. So this will lead us to reject the null hypothesis. And there is also an official exact test. And then since you ask for relative risk and odds ratio, then you get the odds ratio statistic and relative risk statistic. So for this one, the odds of placebo to get disease is about more than 3 times than the odds for aspirin group to have disease. And this is relative risk. So risk for placebo group to have disease about 2.57 times than the aspirin group. This is the relative risk of not having disease for the placebo group versus the aspirin group. For this analysis, if you don't have joint frequency table, you only have the raw data, then you should have the treatment and disease 2 variables. To do the analysis, you will not need the weight cases. You just perform the same analysis without using weight case by option. The rest of the steps will be the same.